full CBS revolt going on and some struggle sessions right now, because on an episode of a morning show on CBS, an anchor asked author Ta-Nehisi Coates, who's an Atlantic writer, liberal guy, wrote a book called The Message, which is 4 essays where he sort of Thomas Friedmans himself around the world to different locales, and then comes down from the mountain and tells you what he's learned. One of the places he went was the West Bank. And so he does a long essay that's very short on any mentions of Israel's enemies or any threats to the Jewish people, to almost a ludicrous degree. So he's got this book out. He goes on CBS, and Tony DeCopio, who I hope I'm pronouncing his name correctly, asks him some tough questions about the thesis of this essay. And I think we have about a minute clip of the two going back and forth about this.
I just worked for a long time, very talented, smart guy. Leave out so much. Why leave out that Israel is surrounded by countries that want to eliminate it? Why leave out that Israel deals with terror groups that want to eliminate it? Why not detail anything of the first and the second intifada, the cafe bombings, the bus bombings, the little kids blown to bits? And is it because you just don't believe that Israel in any condition has a right to exist?
Well, I would say the perspective that you just outlined, there is no shortage of that perspective in American media. That's the first thing I would say. I am most concerned always with those who don't have a voice, with those who don't have the ability to talk. I have asked repeatedly in my interviews whether there is a single network, mainstream organization in America with a Palestinian American bureau chief or correspondent who actually has a voice to articulate their part of the world. I've been a reporter for 20 years.
The thing is, it's not a perspective. What, DeCouples is saying is facts. Those are facts. Those are things that have happened. And you could take issue with a lot of things, but you can't take issue with the fact that those are facts. And, what's interesting is this whole thing that's happening, it's a very 2020 vibes, right? Like this used to happen all the time. Somebody would get in trouble for something entirely normal and the crowd would jump on it and it would become a huge story. Happen in a number of ways at the New York Times. People think we've moved past that crazy moment. In fact, I think Kamala Harris's whole campaign is like, don't look over there, it's all fine now. But CBS is showing that they absolutely haven't. Major corporations are still in the grip of this woke mania. So this below average thinker can't be criticized because how dare you? He's on the right team. I want to just say the Free Press reports, quote, originally, CBS News had invited a self-described mental health expert, DEI strategist, and trauma trainer named Dr. Donald Grant to moderate a conversation on the issue in an all-staff meeting on Tuesday. That plan was scrapped after old social media posts from Dr. Grant surfaced, including one where he referred to South Carolina Senator Tim Scott as Uncle Tim, a reference to Uncle Tom, and another of him describing a possible second Trump term as magicide and the death of a nation, end quote. They thought that would be a good idea, bringing this guy in to smooth things over. I mean, it's very 2020.